Chapter 6. Planning my escape and confronting my Sigma man. Will I have the strength? The monsoon night had unraveled so much between Neil and me, a culmination of feelings and confessions. But that night was just a gateway, an entry point into deeper introspection. I needed to confront not just Neil, but the choices I'd made. Bombay, with its rich history of resilience and spirit, provided an uncanny backdrop. This city had seen its share of tumult and had always emerged stronger. Could I say the same for myself? The day after the confession was surreal. There was an unusual calmness in the apartment. Neil had gone to work, and I, wrapped in the embrace of my thoughts, decided to visit Leopold Cafe, a place that had seen the ravages of the 2008 terror attacks and still stood as a testament to Bombay's indomitable spirit. As I sipped my chai, surrounded by the cafe's colonial aura and the whispers of bygone eras, an idea began to form. If I had to confront Neil and potentially break away from the chains that held me, I needed a plan, a way out. Revisiting memories of my time at Oxford, of Jeremy, and of my independent self, I began to sketch out a strategy. Renting out my old Oxford apartment, getting back to writing, perhaps even teaching. With Bombay's vibrant arts and literature scene, there were myriad opportunities for someone like me. But the bigger challenge remained, confronting Neil. My heart raced as I considered the implications. In this vast city where tales of love, loss, and resurgence danced in every corner, would I be yet another story? As evening approached, I found myself at Marine Drive, watching the sun set over the Arabian Sea, its hues mirroring the tumult in my heart. I recalled the Bollywood classics that spoke of love and sacrifice, of women torn between duty and desire. Lata Mangeshkar's Lag Ja Gel wafted through the air, an old tune from someone's radio. Was this serendipity or the universe aligning with my state of mind? It was then that I felt a presence beside me. Neil. He looked at me, the familiar Sigma demeanor replaced with vulnerability. "I've been thinking," he began. "So have I replied, my voice firm yet quivering with emotion. We talked, right there on Marine Drive, with the city's skyline as our witness. We spoke of our dreams, fears, and the web of control that had ensnared us. I told him of my plans, of my longing for Oxford, for writing, for freedom. Neil, to my surprise, confessed his own struggles. Beneath the Sigma facade was a man grappling with insecurities, using control as a coping mechanism. He too had been suffocated, just in a different way. The evening turned into night, the city lights shimmering on the water. As we stood there, two souls in a vast metropolis, it felt as if Bombay itself was rooting for us, urging us to find our way. But as the night deepened, the question loomed large. Could there be a future for us? Or was this the beginning of our separate paths? The week that followed our heart-to-heart on Marine Drive blurred into a symphony of realizations. Bombay, with its unceasing hum and the maddening allure of its chaos, had become the theater of our lives, and Neil and I, mere actors playing our parts. At the heart of this pulsating city, Marine Drive had come to symbolize our relationship. From our first walk there, where the Arabian Sea had whispered secrets of Bombay's storied past to us, to that fateful evening when we laid bare our souls, this place was our refuge, a witness to our evolving saga. On a balmy evening, as the golden hues of the sun painted the sky, I found myself drawn to this very spot. The waves, gently caressing the shores, seemed to beckon me, inviting me to reflect on my journey, on our journey. "Annie," I heard Neil's voice behind me. I didn't need to turn. His presence was familiar, comforting yet laden with a heaviness. This was where we began, and perhaps this was where we'd find closure. He handed me a vinyl record, the cover adorned with the iconic Bollywood duo Raj Kapoor and Nargis. "Awara," he whispered. An ode to the 1951 classic, this record was more than just music. It was a slice of Bombay's glorious past, a nod to our shared love for this city's cinematic history. "You remember our first date, when we danced to the songs of this era, lost in our own Bollywood dream?" His voice was soft, tinged with nostalgia. I smiled, recalling that evening. The dreamy sequences, the intoxicating melodies, the promise of undying love. Bollywood had been our escape, a world where everything was possible. But as with any film, the real had come to an end, leaving us to grapple with reality. "Neil," I began, taking a deep breath. "Bombay has been an incredible chapter in our lives, but like any story, it must move forward." He nodded, his gaze fixed on the horizon, where the setting sun cast a warm glow over the waters. "I know, and I've been doing some thinking. Maybe it's time for a new beginning, a fresh start." The weight of his words hung in the air. Here we were, at the crossroads, with the power to pen our next chapter. The very city that had witnessed our love story, with its rich tapestry of history and culture, now stood as a testament to the choices we had to make. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden hue over Marine Drive, we held each other close, drawing comfort from our shared memories. The iconic Queen's necklace, with its string of lights, sparkled in the distance, reminiscent of the many tales it had seen. Bombay, with its myriad stories of love, loss, and resurgence, would always remain a part of us. And as we stood there, hand in hand, we knew that our story, though punctuated by highs and lows, was just another chapter in this city's rich narrative. But as the night deepened and the city lights shone brighter, a new dawn awaited us. A dawn where the lessons of the past would pave the way for a future, uncertain yet hopeful. And in that hope, we found our strength, ready to embark on our next adventure.
This is Chapter 6, the final chapter of a 6-part short story. If you liked this chapter and would like to hear the other 5 chapters, or more stories of love, betrayal, cheating, and candid confessions like this one, please make sure you subscribe to the Romance Diaries on YouTube.